First, this midday, Muslim leaders in Minnesota are bringing together people from all over the nation to discuss Islamophobia and how to stop it. It is the third annual conference to be hosted by the Minnesota Council on American Islamic Relations, also known as CAIR. And it comes, of course, at a time when the world is on edge after the recent deadly attack on 2 Muslim mosques in New Zealand. Our Ashley Zilka is live in St. Paul at Metropolitan State University this midday, where that conference is now underway. Ashley.
Well, hi, Jessica. CAIR leaders say this conference is specifically a timely one because of those attacks that you mentioned. Today, Governor Tim Walz came here and had a strong message. There's zero tolerance for hate.
Hate and Islamophobia have no home in Minnesota, but you do. We will call out baseless attacks on our Muslim brothers and sisters at every chance, and we will hold accountable those politicians who choose to use this division to further their own careers at every single turn.
More than 200 people packed the auditorium at Metro State University in St. Paul, listening to speakers from all across the country and here in the Twin Cities. The panel took a deep dive into the challenges that the Muslim community face. Advocates say the hateful culture is not inevitable and can be changed.
Council on American Islamic Relations, connecting the dots between charitable organizations in the U.S. and anti-Muslim groups. In a new report, CAIR lists dozens of philanthropic foundations used by anonymous donors that they say spread hate. The Muslim advocacy group estimates $125 million was funneled to what it calls an Islamophobia network between 2014 and 2016. Major companies, even faith-based charities, are accused of contributing millions to support anti-Muslim activity.
I thought a lot about this question of why are things getting worse? By almost every metric, Islamophobia is getting worse. Why? And who we talk to and who we try to get encouraged to speak out is very important here. Najiba Saeed, a friend of mine, a Muslim activist and scholar, wrote a piece about this a couple months ago in Sojourners, where she said Christians, white Christians included, need to be speaking with other Christians. We need to be talking to each other about Islamophobia.
Islamophobia is definitely on the rise. We see that every single day here at CAIR Minnesota through engaging our clients, our allies, and our community members. We also see on a national level how Islamophobia is well-funded and is part of a network. In a report that was released by our national office, we identified 39 organizations who are getting $125 million in support from foundations who have the capacity to give billions of dollars. This is really troubling, and Islamophobia today is manifesting in many different ways, impacting community members in different ways. We are really concerned about the rise of Islamophobia and its impact on our children, from harassment, from being targeted, and even more concerning, the impact that it has on our children in schools. Bullying is on the rise, and we're seeing particularly targeting young Muslim women by having their hijabs being pulled and assaulted, even physical violence. This is happening here in Minnesota. And we need to do more. CAIR Minnesota believes we can do more. This past year, we have hired a youth coordinator. We believe we need to expand our ability to support our youth. We plan to hold and to survey Muslim youth across our state to understand the impact of Islamophobia, to work with educators and school administrators to challenge the rise of bullying from Islamophobia in our state.
I'm Ellen Longfellow, and I'm the Civil Rights Attorney for CAIR Minnesota. And in that capacity, I help with individual cases, people that come in and they feel that they've been harassed or discriminated against, primarily based on their religion or ethnicity or race. I also am in charge of doing the free legal clinics around the metro area and the state that we've done in the last few years, where we provide free legal advice.
Always in the back of my mind is how we're meeting our mission statement. And one of those things, and I see that we're doing it very effectively, is basically forming coalitions with other like-minded organizations. We get a lot of support from other social justice organizations, and we really have a theory of change. So some of the things that I'm really excited that CAIR Minnesota is working on is our diversity and inclusion trainings. We are training many organizations, not just employers, but nonprofit organizations and government agencies. And we're really being proactive to try to address racial issues and
the demand for our services has been increased, especially this year. We got more calls, than before, and more walk-ins than before. We also get a lot of phone calls about, mostly schools or school bullying and housing issues, and the usual, of course, the work discrimination cases that we usually get. But this year, more increase in bullying at schools, and also housing issues are more and more. Also, of course, immigration, which is the most, calls that we get always about immigration, immigration issues.
We have seen an increase in threatening kinds of calls and emails.
It's more intense and it's more frequent than before. We used to get like once or maybe twice a month an email about hate stuff, but now every day we get at least a couple of emails, a phone call or a message. There is no week goes by without us getting a couple of phone calls and 3-4 emails threatening the staff.
But what at the end of the day, what happens is there's not a lot of support. There's not funding that allows the work to continue, and so that's where the youth organizers and organizations like CAIR need a lot of assistance.
Hi, my name is Mohammed.
My name is Burhan.
My name is Dominique, and I am a community organizer.
And I am a community organizer.
And I'm a youth organizer.
In today's political climate.
It's important now more than ever that we support the work of youth organizers in our community. We are proud of the work that we did in 2018, and we want to use that momentum to push forward in 2019.
We need your help.
With your support, we will
empower youth with the tools of community organizing.
Develop and facilitate comprehensive workshops on social justice, know your rights, and more.
Launch our Muslim Organizer Action Network.
Connect, train, and uplift youth organizers across the state.
None of this is possible.
None of this is possible.
None of this is possible.
And none of this is possible without your support.
Without your support.
Without your support.
You know what we're doing. You know what's happening. Please give to CAIR Minnesota. This is the time to give.